I'm here with my dog, my teammate. I'm super, super hyped to have my girl here. Two-time WNBA All-Star, Kelsey Mitchell. What's good with it?
What's up?
7 years, 4 coaches, and a playoff drought that felt never-ending. Kelsey Mitchell's journey with the Indiana Fever wasn't easy, but everything changed in the 2024 season.
Tell them a little bit about yourself.
Oh, me, I'm a Midwestern girl, born and raised in Cincinnati, Ohio. 513 kid. It's kind of tough to come out of where I come from because it's so small, and so you get what you get. It's kind of a dense city. It's not as like a Miami or like Atlanta, so you kind of get what you get. And so I grew up hooping through my family. I come from a family dynamic of just sports. My dad was he went to school to play football. So he met my mom at Eastern Kentucky.
Okay.
And that's how I was brought into this world.
Shout out to your parents, though. Shout out to your parents.
A candid interview with teammate Erica Wheeler has the basketball world buzzing. Mitchell opens up about her roller coaster career and the spark behind the Fever's resurgence. From last season's struggles to the highs of being a WNBA All-Star and her true thoughts on Caitlin Clark and the fans, Kelsey isn't holding back. Are you ready to hear how one player's arrival changed not just a team, but Mitchell's entire outlook on the game? Let's go.
Basketball was just always a safe haven. I kind of took it from there, just, utilized what I knew about it. And that's how I knew what my lifestyle was, just through hoop. I had friends through hoop. I just, you kind of gain a lifestyle, and the rest was kind of history.
Yeah, I look
back at it now, I went from Cincinnati and I went up the street to Columbus, to Ohio State University, and I was always a homebody, but I knew I wanted to get out of Cincinnati. That was clear. And once I became a Buckeye, I kind of chose being a Buckeye.
Imagine this. You're Kelsey Mitchell, the number 2 overall pick in the 2018 WNBA draft. You're ready to take the league by storm, to lead your team to glory. But instead of championship parades, you're met with loss after loss. That was Kelsey's reality for years with the Indiana Fever.
You and E both been here for a number of years, right?
Yeah.
Y'all done been through the tough years. Well, you really got to grind it out. Tough season.
What, you had 7 years here?
All 7.
All 7. You ain't never been to another
Fever
team.
girl.
7 years and how many years?
So I was here from 2015 to...
She was my bet.
Hey, wait. Wait.
She was.
Don't count my age right now on TV. Don't do that. Don't do me like that. You know what I mean? I still look good for my age.
When Mitchell first arrived in Indiana, she was full of promise and potential. The Fever had high hopes for their new star, but they had no idea what challenges lay ahead. As the seasons passed, wins remained out of reach. The Fever missed the playoffs not just once or twice, but 7 straight times. One season was so tough they managed to win only 5 games. Can you imagine the weight of that disappointment? But here's where it gets interesting. Despite the team's struggles, Mitchell's talent shone like a beacon in the darkness. She wasn't just good, she was consistently great. From 2018 to 2023, she averaged over 16 points per game. That's not just a hot streak, that's 5 years of elite scoring.
The first 3 years, you can kind of sum it up. You ain't got to give me a long story. I was there with you for 2 of them, so kind of give me what that rough patch was like, and then we can kind of skip through and get to where you at right now.
But personal success can only hide team frustration for so long. A fierce competitor, Mitchell began questioning her future in Indiana. The points kept coming, the accolades piled up, but something was missing. In her own words, the points were the points, the accolades were accolades, but it wasn't enough. That team, winning team, not individual team. You can feel the hunger for collective success in those words.
Yeah, I think Indy, those from my year 1 through 3.5. Well, let me just say this. I went through my 7 years in Indy. I've had 4 head coaches. So that within itself is kind of like, no one really knows what an experience of the black stick at the bottom. Trust me, I've been there. Trust me. So I was, that's really how it started,
Now, let's talk about stability, or the lack of it. Imagine trying to build a championship contender when the architect keeps changing. That's exactly what Mitchell and the Fever faced. 4 head coaches in 7 years, 4 different voices, 4 different systems, 4 different visions. How do you find your footing when the ground keeps shifting beneath you?
When y'all left, it was still a rebuild stage. So different coaches got hired. And I think that at that point, we was trying to figure out whether I would keep swimming or if I would sink in division. And I'll be honest, I didn't know what would happen in my career. I didn't know how it would turn out because the points were the points, the accolades were the accolades, but it wasn't enough.
That team winning. Team, not individual, team.
Yeah. And anybody that want to compete and be a winner, you know,
It's about team.
It's about team.
But here's where Kelsey Mitchell's true character shines through. Lesser players might have demanded a trade or let their effort slip, but not Mitchell. Her work ethic became legendary within the organization. She was often the first in the gym and the last to leave. Day after day, loss after loss, she kept pushing, kept striving, kept believing. As the losses piled up, so did her determination. She made a choice that would define her career. She chose to be part of the solution. It's easy to stay when times are good, but Mitchell's loyalty during the tough years? That's rare.
Fortunate, and I just think the hand I was dealt was like, you know, I trusted in the organization in different ways, from like the management and the people that they brought in, and so I just kind of like trusted the wave, and so I look back on trusting that wave now, and now, you know, I'm here. I don't know what.
You really started over 4 times though.
I did.
Like you, every time you get a new coach, you kind of really start over because you got to build that relationship with that coach. Although the coach know who you are, they know what the players they have in the locker room. It's a different ball game for sure.
I was in survival mode when I put my back against the wall, and so what everybody see now is just I've always been a fighter. You know, I've always kind of had to compete and find a different way to, you know.
And in 2023, that loyalty finally paid off. After years of individual excellence overshadowed by team struggles, Kelsey Mitchell got the validation she had long deserved. She was selected as an all-star for the first time in her career. It was a moment of triumph, a recognition not just of her skills, but of her perseverance through years of adversity.
I didn't know what All-Star was going to look like for me. I never really put it on not necessarily, it wasn't a goal. I just knew I needed to train and do what I need to do to keep my name. Like I said, you in defense mode and everything you do at that point. And so when I got the first, and I was like, really? You know, I got a call from the WNBA. You know, you get the call.
Bro, but like you wasn't even hype. You were just I'm going to WNBA. I said, what? I'm like, hold on. I'm in the locker room like, yo. Hey, I'm like, what y'all? Hey, I'm like,
man, and it's so crazy. Like, I downplayed it.
No, so bad. I need you to know. Hello, no. I need you to know you downplayed it so bad.
But even as she celebrated this personal milestone, Mitchell's focus remained on the team's success. She reflected on her journey, saying,
I always got my back dirty.
Man,
there was never a time
like
like
that.
Hey, that's a good one.
I like that.
I always got my back dirty. Hold on, let me put that in my pocket.
I like that.
I always got my back dirty. Hold on, quote that. I always got my back dirty.
I've always had to, and you can kind of relate because, you know, you've had to go to different places and, you know, get a spot. And for me, it was about keeping my name, at least, or my game relevant to, you know, enough to have value.
Those words paint a picture of a player who never took the easy road, someone who fought for every inch of respect she earned. And in the 2024 season, Mitchell reached new heights. She posted career-best numbers across the board, 19.2 points per game, shooting an incredible 46.8% from the field and 40.2% from three. These weren't just good numbers. They were superstar numbers. Mitchell was playing the best basketball of her career, and the league was starting to take notice. But what really happened during the 2024 season? And why did it all begin with devastation? As Kelsey Mitchell's star continued to rise, a huge personal loss threatened to extinguish her passion for the game. How did she find the strength to not only play, but dominate in the face of overwhelming grief?
You know, it's been a difficult year for me from a standpoint of like personal. You know, I lost my dad 5 or 6 months ago, so that was tough. And I look back on my year now, Dub, and I'm just so grateful to be here again because I never thought, you know, for one, to be doing it without a parent. I think anybody that come from a 2-parent home will know what that's like, or just, you know, lovable parents in general. And, you know, when I lost that, I didn't know what was going to happen.
The 2024 season was supposed to be Mitchell's crowning achievement. But just as she was preparing for what would become a career-defining year, tragedy struck. In March, Kelsey lost her father, the man she called her OG best friend. This wasn't just the loss of a parent. It was the loss of her biggest supporter, her toughest critic, and the person who had instilled in her a deep love for basketball.
That's why I miss my dad so much now, because he was the only person that reminded me what that worth was like. And so he was aggressive and hard on me, but it came in a position of now I don't need nobody to tell me. I don't want nobody, because when I needed saving, nobody saved me.
Suddenly, the game that had always been her refuge felt impossibly difficult. Mitchell found herself at a crossroads, questioning everything she had worked for. In a heart-wrenching confession, she admitted, "I didn't know what would happen next, if I was going to play this season, how I was supposed to play this season." The weight of her grief was overwhelming. For the first time, she seriously considered stepping away from basketball entirely.
Go through certain things, it hit home, a part of your heart's, broken, and you look back on it, some of the hours that I put in the gym, I couldn't even calculate them because I felt so much pain and trauma. Like, I felt so much pain. Like, I felt so much like, I worried about my mom. I worried about how she feel now that she didn't have a significant other. I worried about my siblings. My brother was overseas. My sister was trying to figure out life outside of her 9-to-5 job, what she wanted to do, and she had got into coaching and relied on my dad for some stuff. And so we all had a piece ripped from us, and we didn't know how it was going.
But here's where Mitchell's story takes an unexpected turn. In her darkest moment, she found an unlikely lifeline: her teammates. The Fever locker room rallied around their star, creating a support system that would prove crucial in the months ahead. And at the center of it all, rookie sensation, Caitlin Clark. Now you might be thinking, how could a rookie impact a veteran player? But that's the beauty of team sports. Clark's arrival injected new energy into the entire Fever organization, and Mitchell was no exception. She found herself drawn to Clark's infectious enthusiasm and unwavering support.
I look better now, gang. I look at our lockers and stuff every day. I just be like, dang, I'm here today. Well, so I'll be grateful, man.
Man, listen, I'm in there with you, and I'm telling you, man, you're doing a hell of a job. You show up and do your job every day. Sometimes I gotta get in your but that comes with the territory. You know what I mean?
Who would I be if I didn't yank those chains?
Hey, but I'm telling you, man, you're doing a hell of a job.
I appreciate you, gang, for sure.
Mitchell put it, I had a village of 11 other ladies that willed me to a lot of places I didn't think I was capable of going. This sisterhood became her anchor, giving her the strength to step back onto the court and face her grief head on.
I had a village when, life had hit, because my dad was a big piece of a lot of stuff in the city, and so it affected people in different ways that I didn't even remember.
But Mitchell's journey back to basketball wasn't just about support from her teammates. She made a courageous decision to seek professional help. "I took therapy really seriously," Mitchell shared. "It's nothing like laying your problems on people and they don't judge you." This commitment to her mental health became a crucial part of her healing process, helping her process her grief while rediscovering her love for the game.
So I got therapy. Therapy was icing on the cake. I got with the patient's facility, St. Vincent, the Fever. Before the season I got started, and I took therapy really serious. Shout out to the doc, man. He was the therapist because, it's nothing like laying your problems on people and shit. They don't judge you.
Dang,
for real. You just lay it on them, and it just kind of helped me. I did it day by day, and I got into scripture, and God Himself was the main thing though. Like, the more and more I got closer to the word and the purpose, everything got easier.
The season progressed, something remarkable began to happen. Mitchell's game took on a new dimension, as if she was channeling all her emotion, all her pain, into every shot, every drive, every defensive stop. Basketball became both an escape from her grief and a way to honor her father's memory. The results were nothing short of spectacular. Her already impressive game reached new heights, posting career-best numbers like we talked about earlier. But more than stats, she was playing with a fire and determination that was impossible to ignore. Every time she stepped onto the court, it felt like she was making a statement, not just to the league, but to herself.
I'm not lying, I feel like the stick shit at the bottom of the barrel is kind of like, you're fighting for it. Defending whatever, legacy you got left, and trying to figure it out how to be where we at now. And so, I think we got a chance to do something special.
Looking back on the season, Mitchell's gratitude is undeniable. "I think it was worth it," she reflected. "The work that I put in individually and then the organization, being here for these 7 years. I hoped that it was going to come to a point where I'd be here. So I'm excited. This wasn't just about personal achievement. It was about finding meaning in the struggle and emerging stronger on the other side.
Well, everybody watching Indy. Everybody trying to see what's
Are we
going on.
America's team? Dallas Cowboys, I'm sorry.
Oh my God!
Yeah, might
Might be.
I'm joking. Dak Prescott.
No, seriously.
Just don't fall off like the Cowboys.
We in it right now where
Don't do that.
like I tell everybody, I say I feel like Indiana is the new Hollywood. Everybody wants to sit courtside. Everybody wants to get to the games to see us play.
Mitchell's journey through grief and back to basketball stardom is a powerful reminder of the human element behind the highlight reels and box scores. It's a story that goes beyond the hardwood, touching on themes of resilience, community, and the healing power of sport. But now, the big questions remain. What made Kelsey re-sign with the Fever? And what does she really think of Caitlin Clark and the fans? Picture this. A rookie sensation arrives in Indiana, and the basketball world holds its breath. Caitlin Clark, the most celebrated prospect in WNBA history, joins the Fever. But what about Kelsey Mitchell, the 7-year veteran who had been the face of the franchise? Would Clark's arrival overshadow Mitchell's hard-earned stardom?
I look back to where I've never been a part of a playoff, so I don't know what that's gonna look like for me personally. But I think everything that I've been through in my life, I gotta treat it like it's basketball, man.
Yeah.
I gotta, take it on like I would anything else, any other game. And I think right now is the time that you can't get caught lacking, you can't get lulled to sleep. It's the easiest time. And I'm, just trying to stay focused on what's right. You know how I go, keep the main thing. But I feel confident about what we could do. I do. I feel like we got a chance to do something special if we, do right by it, obviously. But
While there were some growing pains early on, things changed after the All-Star break. Instead of tension, we witnessed something truly special. Mitchell and Clark didn't just coexist. They thrived together. Are you ready for this? Both players averaged an identical 19.2 points per game in the 2024 season. Talk about a dynamic duo, but that's not all. Mitchell's game reached new heights. Alongside Clark, the rookie's incredible court vision created scoring opportunities Mitchell had never experienced before. Suddenly, defenses couldn't key in on Mitchell alone. The extra space to operate? It was a revelation.
We're already on All-Star. How was that? This is your second one?
yeah.
Back
Yeah.
to back. Talk to
Second
me.
one.
Wait. Back to back. Talk to him. Come on, man.
Wow,
No, seriously though, when it's back to back, that just prove people like y'all should have never been overlooked at me anyways. You know what I mean? It's back to back, and like even now, like the numbers is up even more. Like the
That's
efficiency is out this world. From like your previous years, from last year, I think you are like a 7 or a 10% jump. That ain't them small numbers, but them big numbers in
numbers.
basketball, bro.
Big
I
numbers.
appreciate it.
Let's talk about in the Clark effect. Her energy was contagious. Her competitiveness, off the charts. For Mitchell, it was like a shot of adrenaline, straight to her basketball soul. After years of struggling, through losing seasons, she found herself reinvigorated by Clark's presence. And the numbers don't lie. Mitchell's shooting percentages skyrocketed. We're talking career best efficiency, from the field and beyond the arc. But, more importantly, the wins started piling up. The Fever doubled. Their win total from the previous year finally ending a painful playoff drought. For the first time in her WNBA career, Mitchell tasted postseason action.
Hear that conversation, you gotta be willing to give up something to get what you want. And it's like that you gotta do what you gotta do, kind of like that effect, like you gotta have it. And I think that secondly, you gotta shut up and work.
Oh, what you saying?
Shut up and work.
Wait,
Got
wait.
to.
Where that camera at? You on that one on you? Go ahead, say it right there. Camera right there.
Shut up and work.
Hey, Kelsey said, shut up and
Now, here's where it gets really good. Mitchell earned her second straight All-Star nod in 2024. This time, she had a new backcourt partner, May, by her side. Caitlin Clark wasn't just a teammate. She became a catalyst for Mitchell's continued growth as a player.
The trajectory has changed. The world is watching us. And of course, we got to shout out Caitlin Clark. She has a big part of that, of why the world is watching us. We gonna give her flowers. She is who she is.
Got to.
That's a motherfucker. We gonna just put it out in the air.
That's fine.
But seriously, that's my teammate. That's a motherfucker. But listen,
C squared for sure.
But what does Mitchell really think about Clark and the whirlwind of attention she brings? In her own words, Mitchell said,
Pressure, no pressure. I just want to say thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Indiana has been my second home since I went pro. So this is the only city I know. And so to see you guys open your arms up to me, I kind of remember every employee I run into. Whether you're a janitor, camera person, I like to be that person. And so that was a big part of me coming back because I got a chance to meet really great people. Then I met one of the greatest people in the world, Caitlin Clark, who's like just ran the basketball world. So I think together we hope to make you guys proud. We hope to make you guys feel like you're a part of our success and our journey. And I'm here. Let's do this.
that's not just respect. That's genuine admiration and excitement for their partnership. The synergy between Mitchell and Clark was undeniable. Time and time again, Mitchell found herself out on the receiving end of Clark's pinpoint passes, leading to record-breaking plays throughout the season. But it wasn't just about individual stats. It was about elevating the entire team.
Experiencing it, I love Caitlin Clark fans, but Caitlin Clark fans is different. They C square, shout out to the gang,
different.
They are very passionate people, and they gonna ride or die.
Listen, Caitlin Clark is a god to her friends. She does no wrong. Do not play. Do not play with her fans.
Let's just say C square. I'm happy. I'm on the right end of it.
We on the right end of the stick, baby. Because
I hate to be.
Listen,
because
they love us right now. But if we go right left, it's over for us.
Caitlin Clark fans, I love you back. I promise. Please don't. Her fan. But
And what about the fans?
they'll go anywhere she go.
Oh,
They gonna travel.
She
boy.
gonna go to
They
the
gonna
desert?
travel.
And
Right there.
right
I
there
just
with
think
her.
it's super dope though, because it's they would literally go anywhere she go, and so she's built that kind of platform. I'm damn, that's lit. But when we talking about Travis Kelsey on TV, but they talking about Taylor Swift as well, and her fans go crazy, I just think that's crazy.